In this example, we're going to evaluate a couple of expressions for specific values of a given variable. The expressions in this example contain the absolute value sign and the square root symbol, respectively. The first one, we're asked to evaluate the expression which contains the absolute value of the quantity x minus 5 with plus 3 on the end of that, outside of that absolute value sign. And we're asked to evaluate that for x equals negative 8. So looking at that expression, we're going to take the absolute value and we will replace that instance of x with a negative 8. So inside that absolute value we'll have negative 8 minus 5 and then plus 3 outside that absolute value. The absolute value signs work on the same level as far as the order of operations is concerned as parentheses do. So we will first simplify what's inside that absolute value and then compute from there. So inside those absolute value bars, we have negative 8 minus 5, which will simplify to negative 13. So this expression becomes the absolute value of negative 13, and then we have plus 3 outside that absolute value. The absolute value is defined as the distance of a number from 0, or we can think of it as the positive part of that number. So the absolute value of negative 13 will be positive 13. And so this expression will simplify to positive 13 plus 3. And then when that's computed, we'll get the number 16. So the expression, which has the absolute value of the quantity x minus 5 plus 3, when evaluated at negative 8, computes to 16. In this next example, we're asked to evaluate the expression 3 minus the square root of the quantity 7t plus 8 for t equals 4. So we'll go in and replace every instance we see of t with a 4. So looking at this, we have 3 minus that square root, and inside there we have 7 times t plus 8. So we'll have inside this square root, when we replace t with 4, we'll have 7 times 4 plus 8. Now, the square root symbol is also a grouping symbol, and it will have the same hierarchy as parentheses as far as our order of operations is concerned. So we'll simplify what's inside that radical first. And so coming inside there, we have 3 minus, and inside that radical we have both multiplication and addition. So that multiplication will happen before addition. So we'll have 7 times 4, which is 28, and plus 8. So we have 3 minus and then the square root of the quantity 28 plus 8 inside that radical. Next, we'll finish simplifying what's inside that radical. So we'll add 28 and 8, and we'll get 3 minus the square root of 36 when we do that. Now, we can simplify the square root of 36, which is just the number 6. So this will simplify to 3 minus 6. And taking 3 minus 6, we'll get negative 3. So the expression 3 minus the square root of the quantity 7t plus 8, when evaluated where t equals 4, has a value of negative 3.